What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another search engine optimization tip video. In today's tip video, I'll be walking through Black Hat SEO, what it is, and why you should avoid using any Black Hat techniques in your search engine optimization strategy. So, in a nutshell, Black Hat SEO are basically unethical or shady techniques that go against user guidelines set by search engines like Google and Bing. In the long term, Black Hat SEO isn't beneficial for most websites. However, because the goal of Black Hat SEO is to manipulate search engine rankings, they can provide short-term results for websites. It may be tempting to use Black Hat SEO to get a boost or jumpstart for your website and rank quickly in the search results. But most Black Hat SEO techniques will result in most websites being penalized, either through a Google search algorithm update or through manual penalties imposed by Google or Bing. And the main reason, again, that you should avoid using Black Hat SEO techniques is because the short-term reward isn't worth the high risk, especially because once your website gets penalized, it's basically an uphill battle to rank effectively and recapture lost ground when trying to rank with and better than your competitors. So having said that, a few common Black Hat SEO techniques include things like cloaking, so giving consumers one piece of information when search engines see a totally different web page. This was a common practice back in the day, but Google's algorithm has gotten a lot smarter and can quickly find cloaked pages and penalize them. Another tactic is keyword stuffing, so just stuffing meaningless keywords into your web page to control how well they rank in the search results pages. Again, keyword stuffing was a very outdated tactic used maybe 10 years ago, but again, Google's algorithm has matured and grown increasingly complex to where keyword stuffing is no longer a viable tactic. Another technique is 301 redirect or rank sculpting. So this is when you point and drive users from one URL to a different URL. And when this is used in Black Hat SEO, they aren't using 301 redirects in a way that's intended. So they try to point highly authoritative URLs to a different irrelevant page in order to try to pass that authority and improve that irrelevant page's keyword rankings. But there's no beneficial purpose for the user. And again, trying to rank sculpt URLs is against Google's guidelines and will get you penalized. A couple of other techniques that are Black Hat include bot-generated content that's poor quality and that's little use to the searcher, or even just scraping and duplicating content found on other web pages, which is, again, a very bad practice. A lot of Black Hat SEOs will also buy backlinks. And again, that's one of the quickest ways to get your website penalized, just because Google is very strict in telling webmasters that they should never pay or sell backlinks, because this is a violation of Google's webmaster guidelines, because you're basically trying to manipulate page rank through driving backlinks to your site. So you should never purchase backlinks, especially in large quantities. And when a webmaster purchases large amounts of backlinks, it's an immediate red flag to Google that they're trying to engage in Black Hat SEO and will get their website penalized for unnatural link building. A lot of Black Hat webmasters will also abuse schema markup and use the wrong or improper schema markup on web pages that are irrelevant. They may also engage in comment spam. So going through a website's comment section and adding their own links that point to their websites through the blog comments. Google has recently no-followed or disallowed value being passed in comment sections because of how prevalent the spam was. There's also link farming or private blog networks. So this is when a website or a group of websites have been created specifically for the purpose of creating links. So each site includes a link to the site or pages that they want to place higher in the search results. And again, link farming or private blog networks are A quick way to rank well in the search results quickly, but over the long term, they'll be sussed out and penalized by Google. So avoiding link farming or private blog networks is always best practice. And the last technique is negative SEO. So this is often used to demote or reduce a competitor's keyword rankings. And again, that's a direct violation of Google's Webmaster Guidelines. And some common negative SEO tactics include buying and pointing a large number of spammy backlinks to a competitor's domain, or sending bot traffic to a website in the hopes that they're penalized and their keyword rankings plummet. And there are also instances of websites being hacked and injected with malware. So negative SEO is just very unethical in general. So any webmaster worth their salt would avoid partaking in negative SEO to hinder their competitors, just because of how unethical the practice is. Having said that, you definitely want to engage in white hat SEO techniques. So these are techniques that are whitelisted by Google and Bing and are listed in their Webmaster Guidelines. They are a sureproof way to get your site to rank effectively in the long term. And if you're ever wondering if you're engaging or potentially engaging in a black hat SEO technique, you should ask yourself if what you're doing is beneficial to the user. If what you're doing is benefiting the user and offering them the best experience possible, then most likely it's not black hat SEO. So that's the common gut check that I make as I'm outlining SEO strategies to make sure that I'm not doing anything unethical or in violation of Google's guidelines. So hopefully you found this search engine optimization tip video to be helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next SEO tip video.